live, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Frag Time. This is the first episode one of Frag Time. I'm your host, week in, week out, DirtDog, and also got my host, my main man, my right hand man, Naudica. Naudica, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. Nautica's right there. So yeah, a little bit about what this podcast is all about. Basically, this is Frag Time. This is the only FPS third-person shooter. Anything that doesn't, really go as an MMO. That's what this podcast is going to be. It's a lot different than all the other grievance podcasts or VCasts, I guess you would say, that we have because a lot of things has to do with MMOs and other, the fantasy games and whatnot. But this is the first, VCast that Grievance is having for the FPS side of things. A little bit what to expect here at Frag Time, week in week out, which is going to be our time frame is going to be Sundays at 9 Central Time, and pretty much we'll be here every week with you. We're going to have all the FPS and third person news, like I said, overall shooter news that comes out during the week. So if you miss anything during the week, come over here. We'll help you. We're really nice people. Next, we're gonna have interviews with clan leaders within the grievance community. Basically, it's gonna just to get grievance's name out there and to understand all everything that goes into running these clans. Because I mean, if you're watching this and if you ever ran a clan before, there's a lot of stuff that takes place with it. So we're gonna interview the actual clan leaders that are set up, and there are a lot. We have a lot of branches in grievance. So we'll have that. We're also going to interview other clans that are within the community, upstanding clans, clans that are really helping the gaming community and for that particular game grow. Because that's all as long as games grow, we're going to continue to to flourish. And everybody doesn't want a game just come out and then die in a month later. I mean, games are not cheap nowadays. So back in my day, but we're also going to talk about upcoming betas that are going to be releasing for first-person shooters, third-person shooters, and whatnot. We're going to do player spotlights. If you, we might have some interviews with you. If you make a video of you fragging or whatnot, we could have that here, right here on Frag Time. We're just gonna, have a whole bunch of stuff, and then we're also going to have game streams. Now, the game streams, I don't know, it's not going to be as in depth as our other grievance station, which you want to go to, which is GTGN streaming on Twitch. That's where you're gonna have the raw streaming. Usually every night, someone is streaming. No matter it could be MMOs, it could be FPSs, third-person shooters. But yeah, it's any times that someone wants to come in, we're gonna go. Um, we're gonna the first segment I like to call is getting to know your host. It's not gonna be a week in week out thing, but I've been talking a little bit now, so I'm gonna let Nautica take it over. Let him know about what he's been doing throughout his gaming career.
Well, hello, everybody. First of all, Dur, I think I need to move your mic closer because some people said you're kind of quiet.
Got it.
Uh, Besides that, my gaming history started back in good old 1993 on bulletin board systems playing Flight of the Red Dragon, where you take one turn per day and a half. Evolved through time, played a bunch of different other games. And pretty much got into the FPS world when Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, Counter Strike came out. Played 1.0, played it all the time. Got into a lot of competition leagues, moved up through the Cal ranks, up to Cal Invitational, moved into CPL, which was a professional league. And ever since then, I've been very heavy into FPSs and PvP games in RPG world. So, playing World of Warcraft, did a lot of arenas and stuff in there. Was ranked fourth back in season two and back in BC, and did a lot of PvP. And now, being one of the clan leaders for Grievance, and hopefully get back into a little bit of League coming up again with some Titanfall possibly and some other things. So heavy on the FPS side, did a lot of professional leagues and had a lot of fun doing it. Take it
Excellent.
away.
Excellent. Again, like I said, my name is DirtDog. I've been playing competitively and not competitively for about, I don't know, I'd say about 15, 16 years now. I first started playing in a game. It was a SWAT 4 mod, called Tactical Ops. Not even actually not SWAT 4, excuse me. It was like SWAT, the original SWAT when it came out there. And then TAC Ops came out. So I played a bunch of TAC Ops on the NATO ladder. When it was always in the top 5 clan from there. Then I moved over to Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 2, I was with Undercover Gamers. From there, we basically went through the Cal ladder. We went Cal Invitational, Cal Pro, which gets you into the CPL League, like Naudica said. He was in there for Counter Strike, and I was in there for Call of Duty 2. We weren't the best team, but we played well together and whatnot. And then we also did that for Modern Warfare when Call of Duty switched over to the modern type of fighting games. Basically from there, we played SWAT 4. That's why I said before, SWAT 4 is probably one of my greatest achievements. We went to the finals of the national tournament. We came in second place. We lost by 2 rounds to the Cool Kids Club. Um, th- that match haunts me to this day, but that was so many years ago, so many years ago. And then I just been kind of playing, competitively on TWL, if you know Team Warfare League. I was a gameless admin. I'm a gameless admin currently now, but I was an admin for GRAW 2. Uh, it, Great game and everything. Just didn't really have that competitive aspect. And now I pretty much anything. I've been playing Battlefields, been playing the Call of Duties, and I'm really looking forward to Titanfall. Really, but I mean more about Titanfall later, because trust me, there's gonna be a lot about Titanfall this newscast. But just that was really it. And then I came into Grievance 3 years ago, actually for an MMO, which is Rift, which is now coming back crazy. It's killing it now. So I might actually have to try that, check it out, see what changed from when I originally came here 3 years ago. But like I said, I love Grievance. It's been a great home. It's great people, and just come through. All right, I mean that's really about, in a nutshell, really what we're about. Now we're gonna go to the news section, and the first news thing I want to talk about is Battlefield 4. I'm gonna let Nodak actually tell a little bit about this because he has a little bit more experience as the clan leader, but a lot of stuff is coming out. So Nodak, go ahead.
So on the 18th of February, came out Second Assault, which came out with four earlier maps from Battlefield 3, which was Gulf of Omen, Operation Firestorm, Caspian Border, and Operation Metro. In the Battlefield 4 new Frostbite engine, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of excitement. People love Operation Metro from Battlefield 3, so the Operation Metro is just going crazy again in Battlefield 4. They added a lot of new things to the maps. Levolution is in all four of the maps. Plus, there's a lot more different waypoints for like Operation Metro, so it's not just getting buried at B and everyone just going crazy on each other anymore. There's little sideways you can take, which is pretty cool. Naval Strike, the newest DLC, will be out at the end of March. There's a lot of rumors that they're going to have submarines in the game, possibly. And there's a lot of other naval vehicles, so it's going to be very, very cool to see. And they're going to be bringing platoons back in as well. So we'll have platoon back in. A Grievous platoon coming once that option is available for Battlefield 4. And then you are next with Arma 3.
Yes, Armored 3. I mean, Armored 3 came out. Armored 2 was highly, highly, highly successful. And what actually put Armored 2 over the top was DayZ. A lot of people know DayZ. I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon now. I mean, they just released the standalone DayZ, which has been killing it on Steam charts. Has been #1 for I don't know how long. Um, so I was on Twitter the other day, and I saw this little. I'm on some of the websites, and they have a new Arma 3 mod coming out that they're hoping is going to be the next DayZ mod. That just blows up. It's called Jurassic Arma. I believe it's only developed by one person right now. But it's very, very early stages, so it ain't gonna be coming out anytime soon. No betas anytime soon. But there is a T-Rex video out there. Basically, Arma Island. You're on the whatever the Arma Island is right now. I forgot what the name it is off the top of my head right now. But they actually have a T-Rex full modeled, full working, full sounds, and it looks amazing. If you want to see it, just go on YouTube, type in Jurassic Arma, and you'll see it. There's only one video out right now for it, but I just saw and I saw the video. I was blown away. I was like, I have Arma 3. I haven't really done too much with Arma 3, But I think what they're trying to do is hoping that this is gonna, build up some hype, get Arma 3 to more people out there, and hopefully it'll get better. Um, Other news, Loadout. Now, Loadout came out. If you know what Loadout is, it's a third-person shooter. It's highly popular, so popular that when it first came out, the devs were not expecting what happened. Basically, there was outages with the network. There was problems within the friends list going on. There was problems, partying up with people and other, dropping, disconnecting. Well, Loadout, being the great company that they are, the development team, they actually gave away free items because of all the hiccups. Those free items included the free Thrasher skin. It's for Axel, which is the Stallone character. If you've seen it, there's three characters. There's one after Sylvester Stallone. There's one after Kimbo Slice, and then there's Helga, which is my personal favorite. She's just an entity of herself. You just just go YouTube Helga, you'll see what I'm saying. But yeah, they gave away for the Axel character the free Thrasher skin. They also have a sleeveless Party Crasher T-shirt, which is absolutely phenomenal. And finally, they have a boost of equal or greater value of that what you had. So if you had a boost of at least a week or whatnot, 3 days, you're gonna get one equal or greater than that once you apply the code. All the codes were sent to you through an email. So if you are playing the game and you haven't seen it yet, check the email. I believe that's it for the news. Do you have anything else, Nautica? Or?
No, it's not really else out there right now. Besides, of course, our next topic.
Yes, 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 yes. Titanfall. Oh boy. All right. Well, before we talk about the beta that just happened, Titanfall, there's a lot of information that's starting to leak now. The way they're doing Titanfall is kind of crazy. There's not too much. They're just starting right now to advertise a lot of stuff. But before this, they weren't really. They were doing like just gameplay footage, which I think is actually a genius way, because people are always like, okay, I want to see gameplay. I want to see gameplay. Well, they just show gameplay pretty much. There's no. They get down to it. There's no, oh my God, look at this, side mission, or look at this cinematics over here. No, they show you the raw game, and it's amazing. But one of the what I'm going to tell you first now, the game is going to be launching with 15 maps for multiplayer. Now the game is only multiplayer, but that's still a lot of content to come out for a game at launch. The maps include Airbase, Angel City, Boneyard, Corporate, Colony, Demeter, Fracture, Lagoon, Nexus, Outpost 207. No clue what that 207 means, but I bet it's going to be in the story. Overlook, Relic, Rise, Smuggler's Cove, and Training Ground. Now, Training Ground, I don't know if you've heard about it or not. Maybe you could let me know, Nautica. Is that? It sounds to me Training Ground is going to be more of a map to just practice on. Is that, or do you know if it's going to be an actual map that's going to be in the multiplayer to play?
So, what training ground they said was going to be is at the end when you first start Titanfall, you learn how to play your character, you learn how to play the Titan itself, and when you're playing the Titan in combat, you're in the training ground. That in that area, but they're supposedly making a training ground to where you can go in there and kind of duel people, like your friends they were talking about, like one on one. So if you want to test out like a new like a new custom set you have, you want to try different combos out, you can either do it with a bot or you can do it with another person to go into the training ground and then kind of spar back and forth to see how your loadout is for that Titan or for the character itself. But they haven't talked about if they're going to do bots or anything yet for the characters. So,
I guess we'll just have to wait and see to the 11th to see exactly what that's going to be all be about. Um, Also, among the other stuff, I mean, a lot of the stuff was just done through a hex file. Someone went into the files for the PC beta, basically just encoded and saw all these on there. So this isn't been official, from what I'm understanding, but it is from the hex files that people have posted online. We've also received a weapon list, a pilot and Titan ability list, and then right now we're having some info come in about the campaign, and also about monsters into the game. Nautica, if you want to talk a little bit more about that.
so the cool thing about Titanfall is that the campaign part, there's no single player aspect in it whatsoever. It's all multiplayer. So when you do the campaign, you're gonna need a few friends. to do the campaign, and we we just found out. I think it came out today that the org and the Strider chassis can only be acquired by doing the campaign mission. So I'm sure everyone's gonna run and do the campaign, which they want everyone to do anyways, because the campaign, the story um, of the campaigns are very heavily into the actual multiplayer of the game. So supposedly the story is going to make you enjoy the game a lot more, which is going to be very interesting. The monsters in the game, there's going to be a lot of supposedly recreational monsters in the game. They showed a couple of big dinosaurs and stuff roaming around on a couple of, I guess, on a map or two that some people saw, and they were saying that the creatures are kind of neutral until someone antagonizes them, and then they start coming and attacking you a militia grunt, or if you're on the other side, an NPC sort of. So there's a lot more environmental things that are going to be a risk or a hazard in the game besides the NPCs of the other side, which is going to be very interesting. So the first night on the 11th, me and Dirt will probably be playing all night doing campaign stuff and whatever we help people with. As I told Dirt already, and I'll let everyone else who's watching this and will watch it later. I'm taking like 5 days off just to play Titanfall for the first 5 days. That's how much I've really enjoyed the game, and so I'll let you take it from here on your likes.
Yeah, I wish I could take that 5 days off. Also, I've been it's been crazy. But yes, let's talk about Titanfall beta that came out. Now, Titanfall beta was about it was over a week. They gave us the playtime, right? After the extensions, I believe it was about a
Yeah,
week. Yeah. What I liked about the game, pretty much everything. There wasn't much that I actually disliked about the game. A lot of my big likes is how fluid the motions are in the game. Basically, from running to going basically running and then doing parkour moves, running on the wall, then jumping, then just bringing your gun up. Everything is very very fluent, very fluent. Um, they also the servers were phenomenal for a beta. As big as it is, I just read something today that between the Xbox One and yeah, and Xbox One and the PC, over 2 million people played it, and that was because that wasn't even like the hype is unreal for this because there's so many more people on the PC that wanted to play it that didn't know that you could just contact their community management and they would get you a key. So I mean, but they were flawless. I don't. Did you have any problems with the servers whatsoever? Or?
I had zero. The highest ping I had was about 75, 80 ping, I think. I mean, your pings on a lot of those matches were good too, I saw.
Yeah, I mean everything was very fluent, so you know directly that it isn't on the same servers that BF4 came out on, because those servers, no bueno. Those came out and they did not do good, but they're actually using the Microsoft Azure servers, which so far so good. We'll see what happens when the actual product comes out. But I mean, if 2 million people, and the reason why it's important for 2 million people is because the Azure servers are using also, they're also hosting the Xbox One servers. So it's not like you're not gonna have compatibility between two, but they're all on the same servers. So for them to have 2 million people on there, that it's pretty impressive for a beta to come out like that. Another thing I liked all the loadouts that you could do, all the different types of guns, and you weren't nowhere near what the actual final gun list was going to be, but there was quite a bit, at least to get you a sense of what the game is really going to be about. If you were lucky enough, you got the ogre cards, which allowed you to bring down the ogre, and also the other one, drawing a blank right now,
Strider.
the Strider one. Um, yeah, and that one is just a faster version. I actually I didn't know if I was gonna like the burn card system. The burn card system I actually do like though. Uh, the only dislikes I would say about that is that I don't know if it was just for beta, but 26 kind of seemed a little low to me. I felt like even after I used a bunch, you get them right back. So it's like I don't know if it was just because of beta, they're gonna increase it to a little bit more capacity of what you're having. And then any other dislikes? Really hard to come with a dislike for the game. I mean, we only played two maps, but those I never felt like I was getting stale because the game moves so much, and a lot of people are worried about. I know a lot of people have asked 6 for 6. That's been a huge topic. People hating, oh my God, it's 6 for 6. BF4 players are like, well, we get to play 32 on 32 people and everything. Listen, the 6 on 6 is actually an amazing number because what a lot of people don't understand, there's NPCs everywhere, and these NPCs, and they're there for you to get your abilities up higher.
Yeah.
There's players all around. I mean, there's only 6 players in the map. You could tell the distinction. They're gonna be the ones hovering and flying and running all about and everything like that. And then if you're not the type, I know I was the type that liked to get into a Titan. I know Nautica, you didn't really do too much into the Titan, right? You were more letting it go on autopilot.
Yeah, I was more of an AI person. I've never been too much of a vehicle person, but it was kind of fun watching people jump on top of my Titan, and I'm outside on top of the roof just shooting them down. So I was like, free kills.
Yeah, I know you and Grog were definitely a lot of people. I saw yours just autopiloting the whole time. But if you really think about that, you have 6 players. If all those 6 players don't go into a Titan, then you have 6 Titans. So you're already up at that point on one side, 12 people. Then you have all the grunts and all the specters and everything like that that come out there. You're looking right there alone at like 30, 40 things on the screen on your one side, not to include the other side that has the same exact thing. And like I said, played phenomenal. Didn't have lag. Didn't have anything. I was streaming. Didn't have lag. It was really great. Any other things that your likes dislikes?
I didn't see they're not going to go cross-platform, right? Because I know that was a question in the chat room. They're not going to do cross-platform, right? Is that right, Dirt?
No. From what I heard, it's not going to be cross-platform. It wouldn't be fair though, to be perfectly honest. I'm not going to
Yeah.
start no, PC Master Race or anything like that. But no, they're not going to do that. They tried it before with Shadowrun, didn't work out.
Yeah. Um, when I first played Titanfall, my first round, I thought like I should be an MLG because I didn't know there's minions in the game. So when I was shooting these guys down, like I remember, I'll never forget. I went through this hallway and it was on Fracture, and there was like 8 dudes that were sitting there, and I was shooting like 2 down. I went to reload, went back, and shot some more. And I'm like, am I really that good, or are these players just that bad? Like I couldn't figure it out. And so at the end of the match, all of a sudden it was like, oh, you killed like one pilot, but you had like 75 minion kills, and I'm like, oh my god, those are minions, and that just blew my mind out of the water. But I have a story if it's okay if I share it right now. Is that cool, Dirt?
Oh, of course, go ahead.
So I had a friend who got into the Titanfall beta, and it was kind of cool seeing this. He is a huge MMORPG guy. He just plays, World of Warcraft. He plays, these games, and he's a hardcore raider. He's just big on the MMO world, and so he said he wanted to try Titanfall. So I said, okay, I'll play with you. I said I'll join you. So we play, we jump on and play, and he first 2 people he sees it were grunts, and he kills them, and he's like, oh hey, I killed some people, awesome. And so he went around and started killing all these people, and he was the same way I was. He was like, wow, Mike, I think I've gotten a lot better at FPSs. And I started laughing. I was like, yeah, dude, you're probably doing pretty well. And so all of a sudden his time came. He was killing some more grunts, and then his time was ready, and then a pilot finally killed him. So he's like, oh man, finally got killed. So then he realized that there's minions versus pilots, and he finally got that concept. But when he threw his Titan, and he was losing the pilots, by the way. He was just dying to pilots left and right. But once he brought his Titan down, this guy was the master at the Titan. When he jumped into his Titan, it was like, I don't know. It was like nothing. I mean, he was like a Gundam out there just tearing people apart. And it was just a whole new game for him. And I couldn't do half the stuff he was doing in the Titan, but for some reason, in the Titan, he was able to. I mean, every time he dropped his Titan, all he did was just tear up other Titans and tear people apart. So after his Titan blew up, he goes, "Hey Mike, I'm not going to kill a pilot. All I'm going to do is I'm going to kill minions and bring down Titans, and I'm going to destroy Titans." And I thought, dude, what do you need me to do? I'll help you whatever way I can. And we played like 5 rounds, and I mean, we played a couple of attrition games. I mean, he had some high scores by just killing minions, bringing down his Titan, and raining havoc across with everybody. And it was so cool to see, and that's what I think what brought Titanfall out for me the most, is to see someone who never ever plays FPS games, who is not, a great Twitch player for FPS, but can grab this game, blow up some minions, bring a Titan, and cause destruction. And I mean, right there, watching a buddy of mine who doesn't play FPSs at all and knows he's horrible could adapt into this game and play it very well, which I was baffled when I saw that. So that was my little story. Watching one of my buddies, just go Gundam style, in Titanfall. Um, and I think that's the part of Titanfall that's going to grab a lot of people. Is that when people finally get into the game and see, I don't need to be a great Nautica or a DirtDog where I can go kill pirates left and right. I can grab a Titan and bring it into a whole new type of game to where when I enter my Titan, now I'm out there battling the mechs and I'll let the pilots handle their stuff um, outside of that. So I thought it was very cool. Answering one of the questions A. August had about the 92nd round intermission being rough. It's rough. I think it was rough. And I think Dirt will probably admit that was probably kind of rough.
Yeah,
Um,
it was definitely rough. I mean, it's rough, but it's also in a way, I kind of liked it because if you want to switch out things, you get new burn cards. You want to switch out the burn cards. You want to be like, all right, this loadout didn't work because there wasn't too many loadouts that you could unlock in beta. Then you know what, you were able to do that. I think 90 seconds is too long. Yeah, they've also said that they're gonna re-look at it. That they're gonna maybe tweak it down a little bit. Whether they do it or not, I don't know. I could live with that though. But yeah, that was kind of rough. I'm trying to look if there's any other questions.
Not that I see.
Oh, what are burn cards? I'll explain. Whoopino just said burn
Oh,
cards are basically this. If you know Call of Duty, they have perks. Now, Titanfall doesn't have perks, but what they do have are these burn cards. You earn them from using your different weapons. They could be your sniper rifles, your SMGs, your assault rifles and whatnot, and or just doing stuff in your Titan. It could you pretty much there's so many. I think there was they. Do you remember how much they released a number? I think it was like in the 40s or something like that of amount of burn cards they had available. So
50.
50 at the end of the game, basically you'll see you go to burn cards section. You have three slots. You could select three burn cards. You get these cards will give you an amplified weapon, less time it takes for your Titanfall to come down, always being cloaked, stuff
Wall
like that.
hack.
Yeah, wall hack, where basically you'll see an outline of people's skeletons through the wall. It's pretty crazy, but the thing is with it is that you only get three that you could choose from, and they're only for one life. So if you use it and you die within 10 seconds, that card is completely gone. You could probably get another one of those cards again. Like I had a ton of assault rifle one, so because I mean that was the one I used a lot. So you could come back after that game is over. So that's what that 90 seconds comes in there. You could switch out the burn cards. But yeah, once you die, that card's gone, and then you'll get a new one. So it's kind of like a card system that comes into play too, which is great. It's gonna be. I liked it. I didn't know if I was gonna like it at first, but I just need to die more though. That was my problem with the burn cards though. If you don't die as like me, Nautica, Grog, we didn't die too many times. You could only really use one burn card at that time. But yeah,
Yeah, you get one burn card in the very beginning. You can use one, and then you can only use a burn card, only one card at a time after you die. So after you die, you lose that burn card, and then you can burn another card if you want to. You only get three burn cards per round. So sometimes, like at the end of if we were losing at the end of a game, um, and we were like in Angel City, what I would use is a packet sniffer, which basically is a wall hack, and you can see all the players behind all the walls in a skeletal, their skeletal bodies, and you can see like Titan bodies, like what direction they're facing, and it was pretty cool, but it allowed me to get the advantage to where I can take people out quick, grab a point, and hold it, and then if people came after me, I can look around and see where they're at, and I can maneuver myself very easily around them where they thought they saw me, but I'd get around them and I mean, you literally in execution, you grab their head and you twist it around to where their eyes are looking into your eyes. It's pretty crazy, but it was fun.
yeah. And the reason why not dying, why I said it was considered a bad thing, it's not a bad thing per se. Let me just reframe that. because you're not dying, I can't use my burn cards, so I can't. That's why one of my dislikes, you only get 26, so I wasn't able to get rid of my burn cards fast enough in order to get more different type of burn cards. That's what I was saying about not. Of course, not dying is it was still awesome, but uh, but yeah. How many hours did you think you played during this beta?
Oh, jeez. I played probably 4, 8, 12, 16. How about 24, 23, 24
Yeah,
hours?
that's pretty much around where I was. I mean, I had girlfriend aggro during the weekend, which killed me that weekend. Like every weekend, it kills me for my video gaming. But you know what? Real life comes first. Grievance motto.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, I was playing any time that I had free from there. I'd come home. I'd play it at night till about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, I'm thinking of probably around 24, 30 hours I played. I got hundreds and hundreds of pilot kills at the end. And that's another thing I like to talk about. The way they have it break down
Mm-hmm.
the field report, they have what I like. It shows you how many total kills you have, which is minions and everything. But then it also shows you what your kills against pilots against other players, which I thought was awesome because it actually also statistically breaks down your kill death streak, your death to kill to death ratio for each one. So I mean, it's amazing. I really like that. It was really in depth there. The way they had it doing. Um, what was some of your favorite loadouts for in the beta?
I love the Assassin. I love the SMG. I had the Smart Pistol out a couple of times. I thought the Smart Pistol was a little. It could be overpowered, but at long distances, it's very underpowered because it's a Smart Pistol and it's not meant for long range. Um, but with the Assassin, you get the abilities to wall run and to jump a little higher. And I need that hugely because I mean, in Fracture, I would be around A all the time, point A, and run around the building, like Spider Man, and either breaking necks or using my SMG to kill them. I didn't like the assault too much. On the Titan, I used a tank. That 40 millimeter cannon was pretty much amazing. I never got to the burst mode. Grog did, and boy, when Grog was in that burst mode, that 40 millimeter, he was. I mean, he was in his Titan the whole time, just killing everybody. What about you?
For the most part, I was strictly assault rifle. I tried everything with the assault rifle. I tried everything with a Titan. I had everything unlocked for it. So my loadout was pretty much I had the assault rifle. I tried all the scopes. My favorite one, which was the what was it? The first one that you unlock that has actually. It really isn't too much magnification. It's like 1.2 or something like that, and it's got like three arrows going up. But it was my favorite one to use out of all of them. I then used stim, which it gives you a temporary increase in speed
Mm-hmm.
and also health. I found that very good. Frag grenades I used. I didn't really use too much of the EMP grenades. Um, I tried the silencer. I felt like it gimped me a couple of shots. So with everything that's been going like really fast in the game, I felt like I didn't really need that. I mean, but the one good thing is if you shoot it, you won't blip on the mini map.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does have its advantages, disadvantages, and then um, so I didn't use that. So I used the 10 more bullets, the extended clip. Which
Yes.
yeah, which I like. Give you 10 more bullets when everybody else is reloading. You're still got 10 more in the chamber, and you just keep going. For the Titan side of things, I never got a chance to use. I never got a burn card for any of the Striders, or the Aura card. I never got one. I wish I did, because I would rather see how that was. Grog did get a Strider card, or I saw him in one of my games using it, and he was just zipping around the map. It was crazy. Um, what else did I like? For my Titan setup, I used the 40 millimeter cannon. Like most people, that was like the go-to weapon. I used the burst. I didn't like the burst as much because it does have reduced damage, so I just went back to the regular single fire shot. I tried the homing missiles that came with it. Didn't really like the homing missiles, and then I just used the volley missiles, where basically it didn't lock on, but you just fired a whole bunch of missiles at once. And if your aim is good enough, you could kind of where you just gotta lead to your target. Nuclear explosion. So if you do about to die, like if you're about to die from a Titan takeover or somebody trying to kill you, you actually cause a nuclear strike on a specific area, and anything in that area destroys everything. And it's hard, it's a big area. Um, and then I used the other ability I used with it was the electrical smoke, which I found very, very, very good. A lot of people, I don't know if it's just because of beta, didn't know exactly what to do. So if you get close to if you get within the smoke, it electrifies and it pretty much like blips you. Your hit points just start going down crazy. Also, what it's good for, I don't know if you guys seen it, but the people can rodeo on the back of your Titan, which is annoying as hell, but it's it's fun. Basically, they could get on top of your Titan, take off the latch, and they could start shooting your Titans inside out, causing a lot of damage. I was actually surprised how much damage it was causing. But if you pop that smoke and you crouch, probably within 2-3 seconds, that pilot's dead. They can't take the electrical smoke. So that was pretty much the loadout that I used. I tried the sniper rifle with an ACOG after seeing another streamer use it. Didn't like it too much. Tried the SMG. I felt it was a little weak, but that's not really I'm usually assault rifle or a sniper person, so I knew the SMGs probably wasn't gonna be something I liked. Um, in the smart pistol, I tried for like 2 matches. It's all right. If I guess if you like just strictly use it, I think you could probably become really good with it because it does lock on to live grenades. It locks pretty much on to everything.
Yeah,
But I mean, uh, to me, it's gonna be assault rifle, and then probably master a sniper rifle eventually.
yeah, I'll be probably assault rifle and SMG. I'm gonna go back to something August said earlier about I think a big part of Titanfall, which was awesome, is that once the match is over and you're the team that loses, um, there's an evacuation ship that comes that you can actually run to try to evacuate and get out. So even though you lost, the battle, you still can win the war. And I thought that was a pretty cool concept that they put in there, where you lose yet. You can still try to get back to your place or wherever you're going to try to get to. And it felt good if you did lose, when you did get that evac dropship. Now, another thing, August, and a lot of people, other people need to know is when you're playing with a group of players that you know, you're probably not going to lose that much because when it was me, Grog, and Dirt, we hardly ever lost. I can't even think of a match that we lost. I mean, we might have lost one or maybe
Maybe one or
one,
two. The ones
but we won everything.
capturing. Yeah, I mean we won a lot of matches, but yeah.
But if we were organized, though, we were talking, who's going to which direction, who's going to where, what to cover, what's the best strat. I mean, and it was just, it wasn't like we've been practicing because it was just the game just came out. But it was fun. We had a blast, and I'm hoping for that week that we're gonna have a lot of people playing too.
Yeah, I'm hoping too, and like Nautica said before, if shooters, parkour games, Titan, like mech assault games are your thing, Titanfall is definitely something that you should check out. It really, to get good at the game, there's probably going to be a very steep learning curve to get like extremely good. But anybody, like you said, like his friend plays fantasy MMOs. He's an MMO person. He was having fun just taking the Titan and doing, and he was still contributing to the team. That's the big thing. That's what Titanfall brings to the table, and that's why it's something that hasn't been around. A game like this hasn't come around for a very long time that can incorporate people that are hardcore fans and hardcore people, and people who are also not hardcore for first person shooters, third person shooters like myself, Nautica, Grog, many others in the Grievance. What about for your favorite map? Did you have a favorite map and game type or?
Angel City, I loved more than a fracture because I love wall running, and I mean, I could propel myself across the map within a few seconds. Because if you wall run and you do a double jump off the wall run, you travel like 2 or 3 blocks just flying when you get the wall run going. So it's. I know a lot of people weren't doing it, and I almost have it almost perfected, so I didn't share it with anybody yet. But I mean, you can just fling yourself off the walls and fly forever. So that was my favorite city. My favorite game type. I was a big old hard point domination, having the 3 points, and whoever has the most points and can cover them. I probably need. I got to give attrition another chance though, for the fact that I did not understand the fact of killing almost anything counted as a point. So I thought it was only pilots. So I was always just hunting pilots. I wasn't looking for militia or if I saw them, I just jumped over them because I mean they weren't they don't fire onto you quick enough. So I used to just bypass them and look for pilots. So now I know better for next time.
Yeah, a funny. I have a little story. A funny story was I was playing one map. I don't know if it was with all of us, but I was playing one map, and the guy was just moving around. He was a newer guy, so a newer player that just got into the beta, and I'm watching him on a rooftop, and I'm like, I start shooting at him, and then I look, and he's dead, and I didn't get nothing. It ended up that a Spectre actually came over and assassinated him,
Oh,
and that has to be the most humiliating thing ever because the AI, like I said, they'll shoot at you and everything like that, but it takes a special person to get assassinated by one of the AI people. It was hilarious. But my favorite map, I like both of them. They both brought something different to the table. To be perfectly honest with you, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Fracture, just because I liked how it was a bigger map than Angel City, in my opinion. Not too much bigger, but it was I want to say it was a bigger map, but it was also a lot of stuff going on, a lot of little tunnels going on. You could have there's so many different play styles. If you're a sniper, you wanted to play a sniper. A big open map for you to shoot at. If you wanted to play close quarters, SMG style, little tunnels, A, B, C. I like both game types too. Attrition. I usually played attrition to beginning with when I first started playing. Um, like when I first come up on the night or in the morning, just to get warmed up because you don't have to worry about that. But what I would say about the hard point is that it's very beneficial to go in there with a team. Communication is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Basically, what me, Grog, and Nautica were doing the whole time, we would just keep two capture points. If you could keep two of the three capture points, you're gonna win. Regardless, you're gonna win. You don't have to have all three. Let them have B all they want. We would usually take A and C for a fracture. Angel City was whatever was kind of open because you could get to each one of those points rather quickly by just wall running. But yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that not more people were utilizing the wall run. I don't know again if it was just a beta, but wall running is extremely important because if you do it correctly, you could literally get to one side of the map to the other side probably 10 seconds, maybe even a little bit quicker than that. It's especially with stim, it's definitely it was something about it.
yep, yep. So, August, are you gonna, since you're pumped up, are you gonna be playing some Titanfall when it comes out?
Right, we're gonna have to see. I'm
Yeah.
hoping August, August, and whooping no. Thank you for being in here watching. But yeah, I hope anybody who actually watches this comes play with us. I mean, well, we're gonna literally be going hardcore when this game comes out. Now, I can't take off the days like Nautica's taking off because I got a move coming up. But yeah, he's gonna be on. So there's always gonna be people on the channel. There's always people actually playing many of the FPSs that were there. But before we get into that, anticipation for launch. If you don't see that we're already giddy with excitement for Titanfall, you probably haven't been watching correctly. But I cannot wait till March 11th. I have it pre-ordered already on Origin. I know there's a lot of if you really want to take the chance, if you're not too hyped up like me and Nautica are and Grog, there are deals out there. I know there's a game on GameFly has a deal. Green Man Gaming, I believe, has 20% off or whatever like that. I wanted to get it directly. I don't care if it costs me the $60, but I know that as soon as it's available, I will be able to download it. And I read today, I don't know if you said that, saw it, but PC, you will be able to pre-download your PC Titanfall.
I'm there.
Xbox One, you cannot though. Sorry for
Oof.
people who are just playing it on Xbox One. You will not be able to pre-download it. So good luck with that. PC Master Race, that's right. But have you been playing anything else? I mean, I know Titanfall killed it.
Well, the funny part was when I played Titanfall, then I went into play Battlefield 4. There wasn't It wasn't as fluid. The targeting system. I mean, Frostbite 2 is this awesome engine, and people say how great it is and everything else, but the engine that Titanfall is using is so much more fluid. I mean, what they did in there to make it so streamline on the movement and stuff is just amazing. Really is.
And the thing is, that engine is actually a modified source engine. It's
Is it?
just yeah, it's a modified source engine. They highly modified. So I don't know if you saw it, but the minimum requirements to play this is really not. Most people, I mean, if you're a PC gamer, you'll be able to play this because you'll obviously have, at least a decent computer. You might not have an OD computer like Nautica has like 780 and crazy i7s and stuff. But I mean, you'll be able to play the game. And just looking at the chat, it looks like we got another two people that are going to be playing. So that's great.
Yeah, and in Titanfall, Whoop, you won't have to worry about us killing you because we'll probably be having team matches. That's what's nice about the 6-on-6 is that it's not like Battlefield where you just go into the server and hope that you're on the same team. You actually can form your team kind of before you go in.
Yeah, which is I love that the little lobby system beforehand, and then
Yep.
when someone else new comes out, you just back out real quick after the game's over, and get in and you start playing again. I haven't really played Battlefield 4 in a while. I'm gonna probably get back into it because I'm gonna try the new the map pack. I've been playing a little bit of Loadout. Loadout was extremely fun. I was playing a lot of Loadout actually before Titanfall came out, and then when Titanfall beta came, strictly that. Like I didn't do anything else, and I'm kind of a little bummed out right now because I want to just continuously play Titanfall, but I can't. I can't. So I'll probably gonna get back into a little bit Loadout. I've been playing. I don't know if you heard about the game Insurgency that came
Yeah.
out.
Uh-huh.
It's an interesting game. It's a lot hardcore though. It's like literally Twitch based and like one shot kills you. Like it's hard. It's hardcore. It's if you're not really a big FPS player, I would say probably stay away from it. But it's pretty fun. I'm just looking at the icons. I have so many games on my thing. I mean, of course, DayZ. That's always a great game. Just to troll people, even if you don't want to play it correctly. Just troll people. And it's sad, but I do have Titanfall beta still installed on my computer right now. I'm just looking at it. I gotta delete it, but that's it. I mean, anything else you've been playing or?
No, that just about does it for me.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for the first episode of Frag Time. It took us weeks to get here. And I apologize. I know it was gonna be coming.
Woohoo!
It was weird. There was a lot of little technical things that we had to take care of. People, got sick. I got sick one week, and then a lot of stuff happened. But we're gonna pretty much be on here for week outs now. Sundays 9 Central Time. Also check the website, our main page. There's a whole big thing about the GTGN. It shows all the great VCasts that we're gonna be having here live on twitch.com/grievance. And also please check out the GTGN streaming that's also on Twitch, which is basically just members getting in there whenever there's a time slot open and just streaming whatever games they're playing on time, taking your questions, giving you some tips and everything like that. And just want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.